We are now going to start our bill. We got very lucky. A friend of mine starts talking to me about Bill. Here's my entire description. Says, you know, there's a guy you've got to meet. Starts describing him to me. Sets me up on a date with him, like on a Saturday, Sunday morning, I think it was, like a little breakfast date. We'll go talk. He was talking about building a better city. And I'm fascinated by this. Seasteading is a good example of building a better city, a better community. And he began describing a smart city, a city which became more intelligent, but he had the power to back this up. He was describing simple things, and the moment he began talking, I'm like, God, I was expecting to talk to a politician, because he's the twice former mayor of Beverly Hills. And I'm thinking, Beverly Hills and technology, what? You know, I'm thinking fashion, celebrities, etc. And as this man is talking to me, I'm like, oh, we're kindred spirits. We understand this. He's talking about hardcore technology. He's talking about status devices on meters to prevent water leaks that cause damage and waste money and time. And he's like, we've got this city, and they've got some money. Let's use them to make it smarter. Let's use it to make a better system in the future and an example and change people's views of what can be done. They can solve the same problem we have. Stuff has to solve the problem. This is the idea here. But we talk technology, and we expected to be together for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. We spent almost 3 hours talking. We're just enthralled. I would like to introduce Jimmy Delshad, former mayor of Beverly Hills. And he is going to start with a video. You guys got that queued up? And I'm going to start with showing his video, and then he's going to take the mic after that. Please give him a round of applause.
Mayor of the City of Beverly Hills.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Beverly Hills Vice Mayor Jimmy Delshad tonight will become mayor.
He becomes the highest-ranking Iranian American elected official in the United States.
Beverly Hills is sworn in its first Iranian-born mayor.
Beverly Hills has a new mayor, but his swearing in this week was more than festive. It was historic.
A very short experience that I had when I was 6 years old. The first day I went to my school, I entered my class and I sat down, and when the teacher asked all of us to introduce ourselves, and I said my name, which was Jamshid. I'm Jimmy now, but it's Jamshid Delshad. Somebody mentioned that the teacher, that Jamshid is Jewish, and he's sitting in front of the class. Well, I was punished severely by sitting in front of the class because the Jews were supposed to sit in the back and sit against the wall. So I stood against the wall, holding books in my hand as a punishment for 45 minutes. Now, that could have damaged any child on the first day, but what it did to me, it really created ambition for me to say, I am better than this, and I will prove that I am better. I traveled to America, and that's where my big journey started. When I came to America, I was just a janitor, just working late at night, and during the days I go to school. So from a janitor, I made the mayor of Beverly Hills. That flag represented that whatever I want, I could achieve it. And you can see I achieved everything that I wanted and more, and all of it because of America.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you again.
I'm grateful to the people of Beverly Hills that they gave me this opportunity, not just to live my dream, but be able to contribute something to the community that's been so good.
Hey!
At this point, 8 years on the city council and 2-time mayor, I think I've reached what I intended to do for Beverly Hills. I decided to make Beverly Hills so-called smart city. I said I will bring technologies to make City of Beverly Hills stand out and become a 21st century city. Our accomplishment in this area has been nothing short of phenomenal. From our smart cameras, smart parking meters, smart sprinklers, and smart water meters. We got a census of how many initiatives we accomplished is 178 accomplished initiatives in City of Beverly Hills that have to do with smart technology, smart government, friendly city, green city, all of that goes to smart city. Everyone knows Beverly Hills, but like any other brand, you need to refresh it once in a while.
Isn't this a great day to be in Beverly Hills? We want to show the whole world that we welcome everyone from all over.
One of the important things that I wanted to do is take opportunity that come to us and celebrate it. There is no snow in Beverly Hills, so why not create it? It will never happen
never
again.
be a 90210 in the history of mankind.
That's true. And do you know that I've never ever dreamed I would be the mayor when this happened? I just wanted to celebrate the city I'm living in. People will forget what you said, and they will forget what you did, but they never forget how you made them feel. So I'm Jimmy Delshad, the mayor. Thank you. Shake hands.
We need to talk about those pictures from the 1970s, Borat. Please give a welcome to Jimmy Delshad.
Thank you, Rykard. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
A little bit louder. I'm with you. I'm one of you. Good morning. Wow. Can you all hear me? No? The reason I'm asking if you could hear me is because my wife just turned 65 and I was worried she was losing her hearing. So I'd ask my doctor, what should I do? I think she's hard of hearing. My doctor says, when you go home, knock on the door and say, honey, I'm home, what's for dinner? And keep going and say, closer you are, tell me how close you have to be before she answers you. Well, I go home and I knock on the door, honey, I'm home, what's for dinner? No response. I go in the living room, the same thing. Honey, I'm home, what's for dinner? Nothing. I finally get to the family room. I say the same thing, nothing. Finally go to the kitchen, tap her on the back and say, honey, I'm home, what's for dinner? She says, I answered you 3 times. Are you deaf? So that's for that. But I know all of you think, how would a young guy when I was 19 years old, I came to America on a ship like this. Was called New Amsterdam, from France to here, because that was the cheapest way to get here. I couldn't have a regular room, so I stayed in the crew quarters. I slept there, I took a shower there and all that. I wasn't even allowed to come up. It was so cheap. But I made it to America. And I made it to America thinking, what am I going to do? How can I improve myself? How can I better myself? So that was something that had happened to me, as you saw on the tape, from when I was a youngster, thinking that achievement was limited where I was growing up. So I wanted to come to America. And believe it or not, America is the land of opportunity, is the land of freedom. Let's hear it for America. We all come from different areas, like BIL people from all the different states. And I come from different countries and many other countries that you have come from. But two things have helped me reach where I am. One of them is passion. You know, you need to have passion in life with anything you do. And the passion is to be able to do the best you can do. So, passion alone is not enough. What else do you need? You have a lot of passion, but you go and you try something and it doesn't work, and you keep hearing no. You know what no meant to me when I came here? No meant not now. That means come back again, and you'll get it. So what I learned, it was the persistence that I had. I have to have a lot of persistence to accomplish something. So when I was going to run for the mayor of Beverly Hills, everybody says, it can't be done. You won't get it. Besides, you have an accent. I said, believe me, I didn't have an accent until I came to this country. Right? So I overcome the accent problem. I overcome any other belief system that we could do. So when I came to Beverly Hills, I said, okay, now that they elected me to the mayor, what the hell am I going to do? Okay, you're there in the office. What are you going to do? So I said, you know, I'm a technologist. I came as an engineer, and I started a company called American International Business. And for 30 years, I was developing products, storage product, computer product, selling them to companies that are 1 billion times larger than me. The first product I sold was to IBM. I was 3 people in my company. And the first question IBM asked me, how big are you? I said, much smaller than IBM. But now let's go on talk about my product. I sold them my product to them, to AMC, and to Memorex, and many others, opened up market all over the world. All of it because I had the passion and the persistence to overcome. So when somebody says no, remember, it is just not now, but it can happen. So I decided to introduce Beverly Hills to something I called Smart Initiative. Smart Initiative was, why not bring a city of Beverly Hills that's known for glamour and for comfort and for money, bring it to the 21st century. Bring technologies to make the lives of people easier. So as you saw some on the tape, I thought to myself, it's rather dumb to water your grass when it's raining. Don't you believe that? I mean, do you want to water the grass when it's going to rain tomorrow? So I decided I'm going to put sprinklers that are intelligent to know when to water. Then I said, you know, people have water leak in their home. By the time they get the bill, by the time they pay it, it's 2-3 months old, and then they have thousands of dollars. So why not have wireless water meters so that the city would know if you're having a water leak in your home? So we would tell you, go shut off your valves, or you have a problem, go fix it, okay? And then parking. So if a city could talk to you, what the city would say? No parking. Cheap parking. So the city would say, you have a leak, go fix it. Or you could say, you know what, there is somebody passing on the street here, and I think there is something on their mind. I said, okay, what could I do? Well, we came up with cameras that have analytic software. You can program these cameras to watch what's normal for that location. So if somebody's laying down on Rodeo Drive, you know there's something wrong. Or a package is left for an hour and nobody's coming to it, something wrong. And then we came up with ideas, what happens if all the cars come and go? So we put something else called ALPR, automatic license plate readers. So every car that goes, the license plate is read on the spot in milliseconds, and it's checked with the database from police, and Homeland Security and all that. And if they have warrant against them, they stop them right there. That by itself lowered the traffic in Beverly Hills. They said, hey, if you're going to drop somebody, don't do it in Beverly Hills. Go around the Beverly Hills because it's easier to do that than get caught here. So I came up with all of these ideas. When I introduced it, I only had about 10 ideas. By the time I finished 8 years later, we had over 178 of these ideas that came to Beverly Hills. Thank you very much. So I wanted to say that work hard. You are here. You are in a land of opportunity. You are in a land of freedom. You can accomplish hell of a lot more than just being one of the others. So see what's your passion in life. Go for it, accomplish it, and you can do that. With me, it worked every time I tried that. And if it doesn't work, sometimes somebody would remind me. I just got to finish up with one last story, and that's about my wife again. And I was just becoming the mayor. A month before becoming mayor, I was at the organization fundraiser, and I see my wife talking to the bartender, and actually they were hugging and talking like that. And I said, honey, who was that? And she said, the bartender. I said, I know, but you were very closely talking. She said, well, you know what, honey? Before I met you, he had asked me to marry him. I said, wow, can you imagine if you had married him now? Now that you married me, I'm the mayor of the Beverly Hills next month. She says, honey, if I would have married him, he would have been the mayor of Beverly Hills. Thank you all very much. Have a great day.
It's so funny how in organizations, any clique, any group that comes together, almost the very first thing that ends up happening is that some other group gets moved out. And it's, hey, that person's not like us. And it was very funny because when I began telling people I wanted to have the mayor of Beverly Hills at a bill, it didn't seem like it quite matched up. And I had to actually push the concept because it just seemed out of the norm. I said, no, I don't think you understand. You're doing what you don't want others to do to you. Judge you by your cover. Listen to what this man's actually saying. He's talking the real deal, and now you understand this concept. It's pretty damned impressive. Putting things into action and actually changing things. I'm trying to do the things he's trying to do at the city level just in my home, and I can't do it. My water meters go off. I can never tell how much electricity I'm using. It's horrible. So, really impressive. Again, thank you.